Welcome back to Marketing Champions here on Daily Ad Brief. I'm Howard Walpoff, your host. Again, we're talking about marketing with marketing experts from around the country. Today, we're in San Diego, California with Arminda Russell from Visualize Creative. And Arminda, welcome to our conversation today.
Hi, thanks so much for having me, Howard. Excited to be here.
And we're excited to have you here, so thank you so much for joining us. To get us started, why don't you share with us a little bit about how you got started in the marketing industry?
Yeah, great question. So I got started, I've always been kind of inclined to work on social media, be in the social media world. I was 13 when I first started my Facebook account. So social media has kind of always been a part of my life. And I went to school for journalism, specifically in PR, but I always kind of knew I wanted to work on, a PR aspect digitally for brands. So after graduation, I kind of just started looking for some social media manager roles. I got into a few agencies, worked for a few Fortune 500 companies, and now here I am, launched my own business. And I get to work on elevating other people's social media presences every day. And it's something I don't think I would ever regret doing.
It's an interesting thought that you bring up about PR connected to social media. How much stronger do you feel that what you're doing for your clients is because of that PR background that you have?
Yeah, well, that's a great question. I think, PR obviously has a lot to do with reputation, and social media is a great tool to kind of clear up whatever you need to clear up, connect really well to the target audience that you're trying to, connect with, and things like that. So I think it's kind of a personalization of a PR practice. I do think, PR and social media go very hand in hand. You want to be promoting what you're saying on, your interviews, as well as what you're saying on your social media. I always say it's kind of like an extension of a portfolio, if you will. So PR, I definitely think, gives me a little bit of an advantage of strategy-wise, because I can see the bigger picture. I see where we want to go in 5 years, where we want to go in 10 years, what your voice should sound like when you're on social media compared to when you're talking on camera like this. Everything should have kind of that same branding, same persona that you're trying to build to keep everything congruent, and that way you have no surprises. So I think PR and social media go hand in hand. I think it's a great kind of segue if you can't really get into a traditional PR sense. I think it's kind of social media is kind of where PR is going anyways.
It really is, and really a great way to take a look at that. Now, tell us a little bit more about the reasons why you started your own agency and the excitement about really being the boss and directing the messaging that you want out of an agency.
Yeah, well, how I got into starting my own agency is I've always done freelancing. So throughout college, as well as getting my career started in corporate America, if you will, I always was a freelancer. I always like to work with mom and pops, as well as the big name, big ticket clients that I was working with previously. So from that, it kind of gave me always a second stream of income. So I never really wasn't an entrepreneur aspect. There wasn't a time where an entrepreneurial aspect wasn't a part of my life. But with the 2020 pandemic, unfortunately, I did get laid off of my marketing job. When that happened, the job market was a little sparse, and I was like, it's kind of now or never. Let's see if I can do it. And I kind of just hit the ground running and launched my business, got the LLC all registered in the middle of a pandemic. And it kind of went from there. And really, it was probably the best move I think I've ever done. I may be the only person grateful that got laid off. But it worked out. I think everything happens for a reason. There's no bad blood with my old agency. There's still amazing. We work kind of closely with each other too. So everything happens for a reason, and it totally worked out. But the initial leap into being your own boss is definitely an intimidating one to make. And I don't think there's ever a correct time to make it. You just kind of have to pull the Band-Aid off and jump into it.
It's definitely true. There's sometimes the signs are there of when you should start, but sometimes it's like, okay, today's going to be the day, and you make that move. So it's very exciting that you did have that opportunity to make the move, and really great that you're able to help clients based on your own focus on what their stories are and how to get their message out and really utilize PR in the process to do that. So we really thank you for coming on today to share some of your story, and look forward to hearing some more great things from you.
Absolutely, Howard. Thanks so much. I hope I inspired everybody to make the leap themselves. It's totally doable.
Excellent. And thank you all for joining us as well. Yes, taking that leap and finding the right opportunity to start your own business can be very scary, but also extremely exciting and very valuable to you. It's amazing to be able to have that direction, but also focusing back on really what Visualize Creative does is having that right message to be able to tell your story and tell the story the right way and get people to resonate with that message. So there's more information about Visualize Creative here on Daily Ad Brief, so please check that out. But go out, have a great rest of today. I'll see you next time on Marketing Champions.